Oh, hey, how's everybody? Oh, sorry, my microphone just glitched out for a second. Hey, everybody, how's everybody going? I have a very special guest today talking about Thunderbolts. Cameron Wilkingson, thank you for joining the stream and talking about Thunderbolts and everything future Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Thank you for having me once
Yeah,
again.
yeah, of course. Yeah, thanks again for coming
It's
onto the
been a
channel.
long time.
Yeah, it's been like 4 or 5 months, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
time
been
goes.
longer. I think about what 6 months. I think.
Oh, yeah, I think last time I had you on was talking Doctor Who.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
about what, a year ago, I think.
Yeah, December or maybe even
I,
longer,
I, I
actually.
don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, time goes by so fast, especially with a lot of the newer movies and TV shows coming out. We're already on Doctor Who season 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely a lot of time's passed. So, yeah, thank you everybody for joining the stream, whoever's on right now. And let's get started talking about our thoughts on Thunderbolts. And this is our brand new Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. It's been highly praised by critics. There's some division in the fandom, which we can talk about some of that more later. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring it to you first, Cameron. What did you think of Thunderbolts? What are your overall thoughts about the movie?
I thought it was a really great film about. Might be reading too much into it, but I think the main theme was mental health.
Yes, it was.
I think mainly depression.
Hmm.
Was mainly the big thing they were trying to tackle in that film. Um, I think mainly the film was about um I think her name's Yelena.
Yeah, the new Black Widow.
Yeah. I think that was the main character in the film, arguably. Um I think Bucky was probably the second main character. So I think they juggled that really well. I think what, six characters they had to juggle in that film?
Yeah, and I would say the main characters. I agree with a lot what you said, Bucky, Elena, also Sentry. I would say he has a lot of focus in the movie too.
Yes, yes. I think
Yeah,
there's meant to be like a Sentry origin story as well.
yeah, yeah. It's a Sentry or origin story. I would agree with you on that. And yeah, they a lot of those themes are for like all the characters. They like really dive into like some serious, really serious issues, which is really surprising.
Yeah. I quite like how they all tackled each other's problems. Like, you did this and you did this, but we're all like pieces of shit anyway. I think that was what Suicide Squad should have done, but it didn't really do it as well as it should have. And I think this film, obviously there's the Suicide Squad by James Gunn, which is great, but I
Yeah.
mean like the one before that with Will Smith wasn't the greatest, and I feel like if Thunderbolts did that, then maybe the Suicide Squad could have been great.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually one of the people that was kind of light, lighter, like nicer, I guess you could say, is to Suicide Squad, the 2016 version, and yeah, they definitely this was what Suicide Squad should have been, but like if they actually had better writing, I guess you could say. I still think the original Suicide Squad's good, but this movie really explores the issues that movie
Yeah.
tried to explore, but it wasn't really strong with it. This was, in my opinion, really strong. Would you say you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Nice. Is there any other thoughts or anything you want? Um, any like major thoughts you really want to get out of the way with this movie? If it moved you any kind of way or anything?
I think just depression wise, it really moved me, to be honest. Like the mental health wise, they tried to explore.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Um, yeah, it definitely was. I did not think. I could be wrong, but I don't believe any MCU movie really explored the themes that this movie explored and the depth that they did too.
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to think what other themes MCU has explored. I think they've explored addiction with Tony
um,
Stark.
I think there was. Didn't he have PTSD in Iron Man 3?
I'm talking about
And
before that, like Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 1. I think he had addiction problems.
yeah, alcohol a little bit.
Yeah. Trying to think who else. I know Echo had a disability. That doesn't count as a mental health condition.
No. Yeah.
Daredevil is blind, so that's also a disability. Trying to think what else. I don't think they've really covered, because Avengers didn't cover it. Captain America didn't really cover anything like substantial like this.
No.
Um,
Mm, no, that most it was just I mean, I think I heard originally Marvel was setting up Iron Man to do the demon in the bottle storyline for like either
yeah,
Iron Man 2 or 3. They set that up all the way back in Iron Man 1. But Disney was like, oh, we can't explore something that serious or whatever with Iron Man. So they ended up having Iron Man 3 being PTSD. And that was like the
yeah,
most we really got in exploration, like a character study exploration for a character in the MCU. But with this goes full on like with what other heroes should have been in the MCU. Like
yeah.
what they did with Sentry, like that's like the stuff that they should have done with the Hulk. Like a lot of what Sentry went through is the Hulk's origin story in the comics, but it's never covered in the movies. It's just very surface level
Yeah,
in
yeah.
in the um in the movies. So it was really cool um to see this depth, like abuse, like a character's been abused, like with Yelena, what happened with her friend, like they showed that was a child, like that was really dark
I'm
stuff.
surprised they got away with that.
I know, I'm really shocked. I felt like this an MCU movie made by Disney? Like, are they really like allowing this? Like, this is great. Like, I love the
Wasn't it
death.
a rated R as well?
What's that?
Rated R, like 15.
No, it was PG-13 in America. What was it in the
Um,
UK?
I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's a 15. Hold on, and see if it doesn't
Um,
cut me off.
I
Let me
think I could be wrong, but I think in the UK, like your PG-13, or like for our PG-13, it's like all one thing. But I think for yours, it's like split in half. I believe. Like I could be wrong, but is there like 12 and up in the UK and 15 and up, and then 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, for us,
It's
like
a 12A. Yeah,
yeah, for
I thought it was a 15. It could have easily been a 15, to be honest.
oh, so it's a 12 in the
It's a
UK.
12A. Yeah.
Oh, okay, what's that? Is there a 12B?
No, I think it's just. I think it just goes 12, 12A, then 15. I think.
Oh, okay. That's really interesting how your rating system works compared to America. We just have PG, PG-13, and then rated R. You
I
guys have
think
like
it
a lot
goes U, PG. I might be missing one in between that. And then it
rated
goes
G.
um 12, 12A, 15, and then 18. I think.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, we have like very simplistic rating systems, and our PG-13 could either be like a light PG-13 or a dark PG-13. There's like two really different types of PG-13s out there. And I would say with this movie, Thunderbolts, it's more of a darker PG-13, one of the darkest MCU movies, surprisingly too. Would you agree with
Yeah.
that, you would say?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, because yeah,
Especially when Red Guardian saved that girl as well, and then like boom, and
I
I'm like,
know
oh,
I was so shocked by
I
that
didn't
scene.
think they were gonna go through with that. I'm like, no way, they're gonna kill her.
Yeah, like right after he saved her too. It's like, damn, that's really dark. But of course, she gets brought back to life
Yeah,
because
so I
of
think that's what saved it from being like a 15 or something. Is that everyone got brought back to life?
possibly. Also I think like I think the reason why they didn't want to have anybody officially die because then it would make Sentry not really a hero. It would make him just a flat out villain.
Yeah,
And I think they really want to show that he is a hero and a good guy and stuff. He's a broken person. And they really did a good job showing that, in my opinion. And I
I
think
mean,
it would have been.
I haven't read a comic with Century in, so I don't really know his character that well. So I don't know if they did him justice or not.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know much about Sentry 2. I have read Marvel comics, mainly Spider Man. Spider Man's my favorite all-time hero. I mean, I've read so many Spider-Man comics, but Sentry, I don't really know much about. I know DC fans go cringe over Sentry because they say he's a Superman ripoff, but more overpowered and blonde and all this other bull crap. I saw
Was that
some people in the
Homelander?
yeah, he's like an overpowered Homelander essentially, and people are like really like just I see like Superman fanboys like getting really mad about that, and I saw one review where it was just like someone getting mad about Sentry because he's just a copy of Superman in a more overpowered version because he can do a ton of different things. He's like Superman's powers, but times a billion. Like he can read people's minds. He can never die. He's bulletproof. He has magic. He has teleportation. He's really overpowered. And I agree to a certain degree, but he also has that limitation of a few things. He has the mental health stuff, and he also has like that dual personality, like that version of him that can turn bad. He's kind of like the Hulk in a way,
Yeah. I
but
do wonder how they're gonna explore that in Avengers Doomsday.
I don't know. And I'm actually a little concerned about that because if we'll talk about the post credit scene later, but it already felt like you could tell that post credit scene was not made by the original director. It was just by the way that they were
It was
talking.
made by Russo's.
Yeah, I think it was because you could just tell
No,
that they
it
were.
was. I think it's been confirmed.
Oh, it has.
I think so, yeah.
I could tell right away that that was not the original director who directed that scene because they were all really jokey and they had surface level writing in the end credits scene compared to the great writing that was earlier on in the film. Um, and they look ridiculous too. And you could tell that was shot months after the original movie.
I
Like,
think it
but
was shot on the set of Avengers Doomsday, or one of the sets.
oh wow,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely could tell that was not that director, and there's just a lot of surface level writing and with like Centuries, like, oh, I'll do the dishes, and it was like some weird joke that was just out of character, and it's like, oh, great, they have the MCU corny humor back. It's like, man, it kind of gets me a little concerned for Doomsday, but we could talk more um about that later. But I don't know what they're gonna do with Sentry moving forward. I really hope they keep that dark persona with the character moving forward and all his issues.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree with any of that.
Yeah, I agree, yeah. I just hope that in Avengers Doomsday they can juggle all the characters in like a sort of like what they did with Infinity War, but I don't know, I feel like is there more characters in this one than what there is in Infinity War?
Um. Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I
Because there
don't
was all
know.
the Guardians, there was the Avengers.
Yeah,
I don't
and then
know.
there's Black Panther and all Wakanda.
I don't know, is there more characters?
I feel like there is because you got the Fantastic Four in this movie.
That's
You got
four.
you got the X-Men, which has Cyclops, Professor X, Magneto. Um,
I would have to compare it, but I'm pretty sure
this-
there's the same amount of characters.
and then you got the Thunderbolts, and then you got the other Avenger, or they're the new Avengers now, and then you also have the regular Avengers, which could be Sam, Falcon,
Yeah.
um,
Because most of the people in
Shang-Chi.
Infinity War, like the Falcon and that, only got like 2 minutes of screen time.
Did
If
they
you really
really?
think about it. So what if the Thunderbolts only got 2 minutes of screen time, just running alongside the Avengers?
Oh, that would be
Like
horrible.
everyone's saying, "Oh my god, there's not going to be enough time to juggle all of them." But in the last film, in Infinity War, um, some of them only got 2 minutes. So what if it's just that, just 2 minutes of Thunderbolts?
That would be really horrible because I really like this team. Well, they're also considered the Avengers now too, or one of the Avengers. Um,
The new Avengers.
yeah, well, that's a part of the thing I wanted to talk about later on too, is with that post credit scene because they're the new Avengers, but then Sam doesn't want them to be the Avengers because he has his own Avengers, and that whole post credit scene was really weird. But yeah, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but yeah, the Thunderbolts, X Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers, and then you also got
Doctor
Doomsday,
Doom.
Doctor
And then you
Doom.
think Doctor Doom and any of these other villains he might bring back.
Yeah, that too.
I hear there's going to be an evil Chris Evans, evil Hawkeye. I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, well, we don't know if Hawkeye's ever returned to the MCU. You heard about
Deadpool
what
might be
happened.
coming in. I don't know.
What's that?
So Deadpool might be coming in.
Deadpool. Well, that I think they're saving a lot of the heroes are not going to be in Doomsday. They're going to be
I hear
in
there's going to be another Iron Man coming in, like a Tony Stark variant, fighting
Tom
Doctor
Cruise Iron
Doom.
Man.
So there's going to be two Robbie Down Juniors.
Oh no, 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 no! They can't.
I don't know. There's so many rumors at this point in time.
If they bring back RDJ actually as Iron Man, that would be really stupid. I would
And they
not
have him
like
as
that.
Doctor Doom as well. So it's going to have like Iron Man versus Doctor Doom, but they're both going
I
to be the same actor.
I
It's going to be
already have
like
a
Sonic
problem.
3 all over again.
Oh no. Yeah, I already have a problem with them bringing back RDJ, but I've kind of warmed up to it. But now if they bring him back as Iron Man, that is not gonna go well for me. I am not gonna like that at all.
Do you think they
That'll
did
be
that really well in Sonic 3 then? If they do go through with that.
I don't know. I think RDJ's ending in Endgame was just a perfect last scene, and
Yeah.
we don't need. I just don't feel like bringing. I feel like bringing him back would just really make that final scene in Avengers Endgame
But they
really.
might do the same what they did with Logan, where that's just that timeline, and then they might bring another Wolverine in.
I feel like the thing with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine that makes this a little different. We never seen Wolverine in this costume, and we also never seen him interact with other heroes. And we finally got to see that in Deadpool and Wolverine, and we're really going to see that in Avengers: Secret War. Um, but
If
but if he return, I think it's most likely he's going to return to Secret Wars, and same thing with Deadpool. But yeah, I feel like with Iron Man, we've seen him interact with a bunch of heroes already. He's interacted with Guardians, uh, so many different heroes, and we've seen so many team up movies with him. But with Wolverine, we never really got that with him. So it's cool to.
yeah,
That's why I was okay with bringing him back. I wanted to see Hugh Jackman in the yellow and blue, and we finally got to see that. So that was really great. But but yeah, we could talk more about future Marvel stuff in a little bit. If you want to talk about what did you think of like with Thunderbolts? How did you like the uniqueness of the movie? You would say like this movie is different than any other MCU movie we've gotten before, just in terms of tone, but also like story structure too. Like the villain is Sentry. Like we've never seen gotten the villain also be the hero and have a battle inside his head as the.
yeah, no, that was something else.
I know that it was so cool. I felt like, whoa, this is what I've been waiting for
I was
Marvel.
expecting like all the Thunderbolts to like beat up the other side of him, but no, it's like Sentry beat up him, and then they all cuddled, and I was like, oh, okay, it's very different. I was expecting like a full-on battle between all of them, like what they did with Sentry, but
Yeah,
no,
it felt like watching I mean, Thunderbolts is different than the Guardians, but it's like a different way to end a superhero movie. Like
yeah,
them all teaming up against, with the Guardians, they all held hands with the Infinity Stone, and then that's how they took down Ronan. But with this was like they all came together, they all battled their own demons in the void, and then they all come together to help Sentry and they make him family. It's just
yeah.
really powerful stuff. And it wasn't corny or anything. I heard people saying that, oh, the ending was corny, like, oh, they all teamed up with the power of love. And it's like, it's more than that. It's like fighting
It's like no different than the Guardians of the Galaxy when they all held hands.
yeah. Yeah. And in some ways, I think it might have even been better than that too, with just like the depth of it all, and the,
Yeah,
the themes. Like I know even in Guardians 3, we explored a little bit of depression, like with Will,
yeah.
Star-Lord.
Was
He
that
was like,
alcohol, weren't it?
yeah, he was a little bit of an alcoholic, but with this is you felt something cold and sinister in the very beginning when Sentry was like, "Oh, I think I'll just stay back. I think I just get in the way." It
Oh
just
no, no,
felt,
I think when the film first started, its tone was at the beginning when the
yeah.
Marvel logo went black.
That was really cool too. I forgot about that part. Yeah, and then when you see Elena with the face that she really just is, she feels numb, and and it's like, oh, cool stunt, like her jumping off the building. It's like, oh, it's a very
Second
cool.
tallest building in the world.
Yeah, I know that was a really cool stunt, and
Yeah,
it was practical too. They could have easily done stupid CGI for that, but they made
yeah.
it practical. And you just see the look on her face, and it's like, is she jumping off because she has to do her mission, or is she jumping off because she wants to end it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
and that was, like, really powerful starting all the way back in the beginning. I thought that it really set the tone for things, and it just kept getting great from there. I don't know if you agree with
yeah,
that.
definitely, yeah.
It's just I really love this movie, like, this is a top 10 Marvel movie for me personally. It I think it's better than for me, it's like Guardians 1 and 3 is they were, like, at 10 and 11, now Thunderbolts slides into that 10th spot for me because this was just
Oh
that
wow.
great. Practical effects,
I'm
talking about
really
meth
happy you're actually enjoying a film for once.
I
There's
know, I
a
know,
lot of
this is what
negative reviews from you recently.
yeah, I know. Well, I was really positive on Invincible, but, um but yeah, no, I mean, Daredevil: Born Again made me pissed off. All this a lot of Marvel really recently pisses me off. But, well, DC I think is going on a good direction, but this is what I want from Marvel moving forward. The tone, the practical effects, the really great directing. Like, there's really good directing in this movie, and it's not surprising
That
because they
first
got
fight scene was crazy
I
with like
know, it
all of them fighting. Oh
all the
no.
fight scenes, I feel like all of them were memorable. This was the first time a Marvel movie had memorable fight scenes since Civil War, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree with that.
Especially when Yelena took on like 12 of those guys in just that one hallway scene. Oh, that was great.
It was a one shot too, and it's like from a really cool angle. It was like
Yeah.
badass. Like,
That
yes,
was great.
Marvel. Like, yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. And you guys gave it to me on a silver platter, and it was is a fresh gift. It's a
Gold
fresh
platter.
gift. Yeah, gold platter, yeah. I gave this movie a 90% in my review, like, this movie is a 9 out of 10, and last time I gave a Marvel movie a 9 out of 10 was probably Endgame, or I gave Endgame,
Wow.
like I would give Endgame, like, a 10 out of 10. This is a 9 out of 10 movie. This is a great movie, and it kind of
What's that,
angers me
six
a bit.
years? You haven't gave a 10 in 6 years.
For Marvel, anything Marvel, yeah, like, 6
That's a
years.
long time.
Yeah, that's how long Marvel has been really, being in the crapper. Well, I the things I have liked since, like, post Endgame, I have liked Black Widow. I thought that was, like, a solid 8 out of 10 movie. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Spider-Man: No Way Home. I give that, like, a 9 out or, like, an
That was great.
89%. That was a really good film. It has some flaws, but I do give credit where credit's due with that movie.
We've
Um,
got the TV shows, mainly is what they've been working on since COVID. Hawkeye, Echo, and all that.
I've only
WandaVision,
I love the WandaVision. That I think I gave a 99 out of 10, actually.
the
I really like
werewolf film that they released.
yeah.
What else was there?
There was She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
I
She-Hulk.
I hated Falcon and Winter Soldier. I
Hey,
hate Cap
they springed off Falcon and the Winter Soldier for with Thunderbolts. They went from that show to Thunderbolts.
in some ways, I feel like Thunderbolts gathers things from Falcon and Winter Soldier, not Hawkeye. Uh, there's some other so we got
Oh.
Yelena Black Widow. It spawns off of Hawkeye, Black Widow.
Yeah,
Um, and then we also have
Red Guardian, Black Widow,
yeah, it's from also Black
Taskmaster.
Widow.
She died.
Oh yeah, thank God. That I think that's a message. I think Marvel knew they messed up Taskmaster. It's just she's just really not Taskmaster at all. So I'm hoping we get a really cool version of the
Hopefully,
character.
we get a variant from the multiverse, which is
I
actually
think
Taskmaster.
I think that's what we're gonna get, and I think it's gonna be one of Spider-Man's villains at some point because I remember Taskmaster being a pretty good Spider-Man villain at times.
Who else
So I
was
think
there? There was Ghost from Ant-Man 2.
yeah, that's one of my negatives with the film, honestly. I thought she was likable in this, but she was kind of a nothing burger of a character. I don't know if you agree. Like, they really didn't do nothing with her, like, at
Yeah.
all.
Like I said, I think this was mainly Yelena's movie.
I think it was Yelena's movie. I think it was Sentry's movie. I think Bucky and a U.S. agent Walker.
Yeah.
They have some really strong moments in the movie too. And Ren
It's just
Guardian.
Ghost doesn't get that much screen time, to be honest.
No, she doesn't.
She gets that
And
fight scene in the bunker,
yeah,
and then she gets a few little quirky moments with like comments towards was it John Walker?
yeah.
And then she helps him with the truck. She then gets zapped in the truck. And then she gets captured and helps the civilians in the street. I guess helps the Thunderbolts here and there,
And she
and
helps
then
them
she
escape
helps
too.
take down Sentry, and that's basically it. She doesn't
Yeah.
get much screen time.
I feel like this movie needs to be I bet there's a cut out there where it's like 2.5 hours, and I think it needed to be 2.5 hours to explore Ghost and,
That'll
Red
be an extra
Guardian.
20 minutes. It's already like 2 hours 10.
Yeah, I think I just looked yeah, it says it's 2 hours and 6 minutes. If it
Yeah,
was like 2.5 hours, I think we would've gotten m I wonder if there's a cut out there where it's like we explored more of
there
Ghost
will be
and
when digital comes out, like physical media and that. We'll
yeah,
probably
maybe
get
we'll
like
see
an extended edition.
that would be really cool because I feel like this movie needed an extended edition for characters like Ghost and Red Guardian. I wanted to see all the characters in the Void. Like they it all happened off screen, which was kind of
Yeah,
disappointing with them going because that's how they turned good in the end. And it was all off screen. And I have a really strong feeling that they filmed it like them all of them separately going through their own demons and nightmares in the
yeah,
void and then all of them overcoming it to finally meet up with each other to help Sentry. I feel like there's a cut out there where they all have their own nightmare sequences, but due to runtime reasons, and if the movie was too long, it wasn't going to make as much money. So
yeah.
probably
No, of
Marvel
course
told
not.
them to. Yeah, I feel like Marvel
But
told
and they're
them to
trying to
cut.
save the longer films for Doomsday as well.
Yeah,
I
that
think
too.
Fantastic Four is also like 2 hours 10 minutes or something.
Oh wow.
I
Yeah, I
think
think.
I don't know. I can guess it's going to be 2 hours long.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm also pretty excited for that too because I have a really strong. I have some predictions, and everybody's theorizing what's going to happen at the end of Fantastic Four 2. If they do what I think they're going to do, Marvel is going to have some serious balls, and to do certain things, and they had some serious balls with this movie too. I'm just a happy Marvel fan right now, bro. Like
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
really good stuff. I don't know about you,
yeah.
but
I'm really happy with this film.
yeah, I'm me too. This is what I've been asking for from Marvel for years. Like all the negative videos I made
6
about
years,
Marvel. What's that?
6 years.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, all the negative critiques is like I want them to tell real stories. I want them to take their time with the film. I want them to use practical effects and not overuse CGI. Actually have some
They only
real
made
direct.
this film in like a year and a half. It's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's a really good crafted film. And also they also hired really good directors and allowed them to direct. Like there's some
Who
really
directed?
the guy who directed Justin, I forgot his last name, but I was looking up his filmography and he worked on shows like The Bear and he did one TV show on Netflix, I believe, and it's a really good directed show. Um he's a really good director. They hired someone that has strong directing talent and they also hired some pretty good writers too
Yeah,
and they were all able to come up with something that's like an actual film and not feeling like executives put crap together and it feels soulless and lifeless. This has a soul. This has a heart, you know?
yeah,
And I've been
yeah.
waiting for that for so
The
long.
thing is with Marvel, I think what they've been doing is they want to get something out there that people will talk about for probably a month or two, boost their ratings up a little bit, and then they'll
Mhm.
never watch it again. But with this, people are going to watch it for years on end. But with the other things that they put out, like some of the shows, like She Hulk, for instance,
Oh god.
people won't watch that in a couple of years.
No. Maybe the crap on it again.
Yeah. But
But
the point is, I'm saying is you can go back and watch Avengers,
yeah,
but you can't go back and watch She Hulk in 10 years' time.
no. Most of everything Marvel recently I would not want to rewatch except No Way Home, Guardians 3, this movie, maybe Black
Most of the
Widow.
MCU
Most
before,
yeah,
yeah,
most MCU post Endgame. But yeah, this is definitely a movie I want to rewatch, especially with the themes that it covers and the stuff that I think a lot of people relate to. I mean, me personally,
yeah.
I relate to a lot of the stuff that was in the film. I don't know,
Obviously,
like
I can't relate to much of them. I haven't been in the army. I haven't
yeah.
been in a Black Widow sort of, program.
Yeah. Yeah, not to those degrees, but I meant like the mental health
Oh yeah,
aspect.
definitely, yeah,
Yeah, I think we've all been in the void, we've all been in dark places at times in our life.
yeah,
Maybe some traumatic events have happened and you know.
Yelena's work speech was quite relatable. You know, you go to work, you go to sleep.
Yeah. That was really well done. That scene with Yelena and Red Guardian, that scene actually brought me to tears a little bit, and even in
Oh,
the
wow.
ending too. I haven't been in tears for a Marvel movie. Like I wasn't like crying, but like a little shed of a tear. I was like, wow, this really moved me. And it's been a while since a Marvel movie, probably since Endgame, has moved me emotionally, and it really did in Thunderbolts. I gotta say,
Yeah.
especially with the Yelena and Red Guardian scene and the scene with at the end where Sentry's like beating up his darker half. Thought that was really powerful stuff.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
But yes, yeah, so you feel like overall this movie is what Marvel should be doing kind of moving
I
forward?
mean, it depends because this is more for like us adults, but I'm thinking like I don't know, like there's films where I feel like it should be more aimed towards kids. Like there should be some shows that kids can watch and some films kids can watch as well.
I feel like yeah, I feel like we can have the best of both worlds. Marvel can
Yeah.
do a little bit of everything. We can have
A
something
bit
for
like the
kids.
Avengers. Like the Avengers is a good, very thematic film, but it's also a very comic book film as well, where like kids can watch it and enjoy it without having to think too much into the themes. But with this
No,
one, I feel like I don't think Thunderbolts is more of a kids film.
no. No, I mean, it could be, but I think it's definitely aimed more towards a mature audience and
Yeah,
with, dealing with more mature themes that a lot of younger people probably would not understand to the degrees. Like especially going into work line and stuff.
yeah.
And I feel like we can have the best of both worlds. Well, the problem with Marvel's been doing recently is we just haven't really been getting that. Like, oh, I mean, with Daredevil
Maybe
Born Again,
Daredevil Born Again.
was actually for adults. Yeah.
That looked very mature.
Yes.
I haven't seen it yet. I've been waiting for all the episodes to come out.
Oh, it hasn't come out all the way in the
I don't
UK?
know. I haven't looked. It's been a while,
Uh,
but I was
yeah.
waiting.
No, yeah, I didn't make a review for that yet because I got so angry with the series. I'm having a hard time putting the edit for it together. Um,
Wow, is it
but
that bad?
in my opinion, it has a Justice League effect to it, where you could tell there's two different visions for the series, two different people, two different versions of the show combined into one, and
Yeah.
it's really infuriating because I love the original show. I have it as a masterpiece, one of my all-time favorite shows, and the fact that Marvel barely put any care into it, especially with the original premise was going to be, it really angers me a little bit. I mean, it's fine. It's just movies and TV shows, but it's like, damn, guys, like put some. What were you doing with Born Again? Like, what?
I
What?
feel like sometimes they put out shows like She-Hulk and that just to keep the rights to the characters,
Yeah,
or so they can use it in future films.
yeah.
Like Captain Marvel, for instance, they had to rush that film just so
Oh
they could
God.
put her in Endgame.
Oh yeah. Well, are you talking about
Or
the
did it
original
come
Captain
off?
Marvel?
Did it come out after Endgame? I can't remember now.
Are you talking about the Marvels or Captain Marvel?
Captain
29.
Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, that was in between Infinity War
Yeah, so
and
they had to rush that to put her into Endgame. So I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, they shot her scenes in Endgame first,
yeah, they
and
did.
then put her in Captain Marvel. I can't remember now.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Brie Larson's first time as the character was in Endgame. I remember her saying that behind the scenes, and I don't. it might have been rushed because I felt like the original Captain Marvel film was pretty
Yeah, so
bad.
so my point is that maybe they're making these shows so that they can put these characters in the future films like Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Well, originally this was all leading towards Kang. Like She-Hulk had something really big to do with Kang
Yeah.
Dynasty, the original Avengers film.
So
And
did
also
Loki, that went nowhere.
yeah, Loki was really gonna tie into Kang Dynasty. Now I don't know what they're gonna
Series
do with.
2 definitely did. So did Ant-Man 2.
Oh
No,
yeah,
Ant-Man 3, sorry.
yeah, Ant-Man 3 really did, now it's like phase 4 and 5 is kind of I wanna say it was a waste because 'cause we're done phase 5 now too, by the way, with the end of
Yeah.
Thunderbolts, and now we finally get something towards some sort of team up finally at the end of Thunderbolts with Doomsday. Like there was no signs of Doomsday in any of phases 4 and 5. So it's like,
Actually, there's a Doctor Doom comic in the background in Deadpool Wolverine.
oh really?
Yeah, you
Oh,
research
okay. Well, I, I
it.
guess I
That's the
guess
closest we've got to Doctor Doom so far.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, we've had multiverse things going on, so I guess phases 4 and 5 weren't a complete waste of time, like with No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness. Even though Multiverse is Madness, you really can skip most of phase 4 and 5 because most of the films, in my opinion, are bad or mid
Or
or
rushed.
garbage. What's up?
I think rushed is the better word.
Yeah, I think there was definitely some really bad films. Like Thor: Love and Thunder is my least favorite,
Oh
and
yeah, no, that
that
is just complete garbage.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was complete
I
garbage.
feel bad for the actors. That's all I can say.
Yeah, it's so bad that now Thor has to have another course correction because he went too far comedy with it, and
But what
they
weren't that where they were going with Thor Ragnarok was comedy, and then they went too comedic, and now everyone hates it.
yeah, I hated it all the way back in Thor Ragnarok. I thought it was just too ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm not a really big Thor Ragnarok fan, but I really
because he
thought
went from like being really really serious in Thor 1 and Thor 2 and
and
Avengers.
yeah,
He went a little bit more comedic and light-hearted in Avengers: Age of Ultron, I guess.
yeah, a little
And
bit.
then he went more light-hearted in Thor Ragnarok, found
It-
himself more, I think, more jokey.
yeah,
And then something really traumatic happened to him in Infinity War. He lost everyone.
yeah,
And at the end of Thor Ragnarok as well. And then he went through all that trauma. He was still super serious, I guess, unless you count Fat Thor, which was very, very jokey. Um, oh yeah, that's it. He also went through depression as well. That's
yeah.
something
I
else.
felt they kind of when they handled
And
depression in
alcohol. He
Endgame.
also went through alcoholism as well.
Yeah, but the way they handled it in Endgame was a little surface level, in my
Yeah,
opinion. It wasn't really they could have really done something interesting with it, but I feel like he had some really good scenes in Endgame, like scenes with his mom was really good,
yeah,
and just in the beginning of Endgame, he's like, "I went for the head." Like Thor was still, he had some badass moments with the Russos. I thought the Russos handled Thor really well, except certain times in Endgame, especially
yeah.
Infinity War. But
So he
but yeah,
went
then
from Endgame to being really serious, I
yeah.
guess. And then really, really jokey in Thor Love and Thunder next time we see him.
He's like a Looney Tunes character. It's like he's like, "Oh, my hammer's back! Yeah, woohoo!" It's
I
like,
just
oh,
think writers don't know what to do with Thor at this point in time.
I don't understand. I feel like there's so many really cool things we could do with Thor, and they just make him so blah. They just don't know what to do with him. And it's like it doesn't make any sense to me. Same thing with the Hulk too. It's like they
Yeah,
don't know how to handle the Hulk. It's just it's ridiculous. But hopefully we get some cool redemption for Thor and the Hulk in Doomsday and Secret Wars. Probably gonna kill them off, maybe.
I think they're probably gonna kill off the X-Men, like I said.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're gone. They're goners after Secret Wars at some
They're
point.
gonna have their own X-Men in the MCU. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, I
Because
think they
obviously
said
Fox and Marvel don't really agree on a lot of things, so I think that they're gonna kill all the rights to all their films, like the characters, so then they'd have no more arguing anymore between them.
um well Marvel owns Fox now.
Oh, do they?
Oh yeah, yeah, you didn't know that with
Oh no.
the yeah, back in 2019 Marvel bought Fox and that's why they ended all that's why the mutants are now able to be in the MCU and Fantastic Four is now be able to be in the MCU
Oh,
because yeah, that's why for the longest time we never had the X-Men and all of them in the MCU, but then Fox went
oh my
bankrupt
bad.
and then Disney bought Fox and then they're like,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah,
great.
yeah,
Now
of course, yeah.
now we own the rights to all of our characters except for Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the only character they don't own."
Why don't they just give Spider-Man over to Marvel this way? That's the only character they have left.
Sony?
Oh, so oh yeah, shit, Sony.
Yeah, Sony owns Spider-Man. That's the only
And anything
character.
Spider-Man related, right? Like Venom, Craven the
Yes.
Hunter.
Yes, that's the
So
only
what was
thing.
the films about then? Like, all the Sony films, what were they leading up to?
They were leading up to ruining people's and wasting people's time. That's
I
what they're.
think it was meant to be a Sinister Six film, I believe.
Yeah, they were trying to do an anti-hero Sinister Six movie, and then
So
they
that was
realized,
all about meant to lead into a Thunderbolt sort of film then.
yeah, it was supposed to be a Thunderbolts film with Spider-Man's villains, and it was horrible. All the movies were trash, and I liked Venom 1 and 2. I thought
Like I
they
said,
were,
I feel bad for the actors.
yeah, big time. Craven somehow was worse than Madam Web. I Oh my god, Craven was I couldn't even. I should have made a review about it. I was losing my mind
You
over
still have
Craven.
time.
Yeah, I was so shocked about how bad Craven was. I didn't think it was gonna get any worse than Madam Web, and Madam Web was
What you
basically not.
could do, you could review all the Sony films now it's all wrapped up.
Maybe, yeah. I have so many other videos planned, and maybe I'll talk about Sony Universe one day. But those movies are over. I don't. I think now they want to do Miles Morales. Sony. I think they're just gonna focus on a live action Miles Morales universe
Or
for
like
their.
Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, oh yeah, and Beyond the Spider-Verse. They wanna wrap up that trilogy, and they want to also make other animated Spider-Man films, and then they also wanna do a live action
They're
Miles.
doing Spider-Man Noir, aren't they, with Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty excited for that. Actually, I think it's gonna be pretty good. Um, but yeah, so they're done that Spider-Man villain crap. I don't I don't even know what they were trying to do with that. But they just split, and now they split the profits of Spider-Man being in the MCU. But yeah, so yeah, Marvel owns all their characters now. That's how we're finally able to get X-Men and Fantastic Four, and that's why they're focusing on the mutants after Secret Wars.
And
That's
Deadpool. They also have Deadpool now as well.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, they're gonna have a whole
I feel
group.
like Deadpool's a separate entity from all the X-Men. He's like a mature, whereas X-Men's more of a 12A, 12 sort of rating.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why I
exactly.
put him separate. I'm like, and Deadpool, because he's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, X-Men's gonna be more of like an Avengers type of movie moving forward. So
But
that's
Deadpool could be in Avengers if if he goes, oh, hey, it's PG, so like he sort of goes PG. I don't know.
I think yeah, I don't know. I think anytime Deadpool crosses over with other Marvel characters, he's gonna be whatever that rating's gonna be. I don't think I think he's still gonna be Deadpool, but he's just not gonna be cursing like a crazy guy.
Or he could, but they put bleeps.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty funny if they did that. It
But
might
in
get
Guardians 3, didn't they have a few swear words in there? So maybe.
yeah. Well, the way PG-13 works is to keep it PG-13, you can only have one F bomb, and then
Oh,
that's
right, yeah.
it. So Deadpool could maybe say one F bomb in the movie, but other than
Just
that,
one. I
yeah, he only could say one, and then it's like
hope
maybe
it's
they could
one,
do a
though.
joke
Just
about
one.
that. Yeah, that would be a pretty funny joke if we can get Deadpool in a PG-13 MCU movie, and he can break the fourth wall and be like, I can only make one F bomb without making it rated R.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, moving forward after Secret Wars, we're gonna get mainly a focus on the mutant saga. It should be pretty cool. And Fantastic Four. They're X-Men, Fantastic Four, maybe some
But
other
what films are we getting after Secret Wars then?
as far as we know is X-Men related things, Fantastic Four related things.
So the Fantastic Four are definitely going to survive. We know that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna join the main MCU universe. Well, that's what I wanted to talk about. Do you want to talk about now more future Marvel stuff?
Yeah,
Future
of course,
MCUs?
yeah. I
Okay,
mean,
yeah,
there
we can
wasn't
start.
really much like trash on Thunderbolts because it was
No, it's just
just so good.
praise. Yeah, it's just no, I just wanted to praise the film. I just wanted to praise a film that explores themes that I've been waiting for, and just the directing. The movie's just really good, and
I mean,
everybody
I
should.
knew Taskmaster was going to die in the film. I think
Oh,
everyone knows that because if you look
yeah,
in the advertising, she's only
yeah,
in like two shots.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Um, yeah, the movie's just really good. It has its flaws, but it's definitely not bad.
And I
Before we
don't
talk
think she was in the cast announcement either. So
oh, yeah,
everyone
no.
knew she wasn't going to be in there.
Yeah, nobody likes Taskmaster this version of Taskmaster. I like Black Widow, the movie, but damn, that character's was poorly adapted, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, before we move on to talk about future MCU, do you wanna talk about some of, the reactions that, um, has been happening with Thunderbolts and stuff?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
so
seen nothing but praise, but go ahead.
No, yeah, well, that's what I would think, but there's so many. I'm watching a lot of reviews, and I can send you some of the reviews because I was just curious, like, hey, what's some of the people saying from Thunderbolts and stuff? And it's like some people are really going ballistic on Thunderbolts, like in ways I don't even understand. And I'm a little worried because it's not going to make much money. It looks like
Really?
no, it's expected to lose like 100 million, I believe. It's not
Oh, that's
expected to
quite
make.
sad.
I know, and that's what I'm worried about, and then they got all these people trashing the
They'll
movie
make it
too.
back with Avengers Doomsday anyway.
Yeah, but I'm a little worried that Marvel's not gonna make another movie like Thunderbolts now,
Oh
and
yeah, of course.
we're not gonna get another movie with practical effects. We might not get another movie
Does
with
team up movies do really well, like Guardians 3 and
yeah,
um what other team up films have we got? Obviously the Avenger films.
yeah,
Um I'm trying to think like a group of people like Borderlands. I know that was a team up movie.
but that yeah, well, that was a video game crap movie.
Um, I'm just trying to think of team up movies if they do well, you know.
I'm sure
Um
Fantastic Four is gonna do well.
yeah. But I think it might just be mainly team up movies, like with like unknown characters that just might not vibe well with the audience. I don't know.
Maybe, um,
Because obviously these are characters that audiences I don't think are that familiar with compared to like the Avengers.
yeah, maybe if they called this the new Avengers movie, like now that they're being called, maybe it would have brought in more people. But
Yeah.
I, I don't know. It looks like it's not gonna make much money, and people are trashing the movie, especially.
And people always trash movies. It just happens all the time as soon as a film comes out.
Y- Yeah, that's true, but it's a specific group of people, I guess you could say.
Right.
It looks like that's trashing it, and they're like the ones that are like, oh, we're the fans, we're the true fans of Marvel, and it's like we're calling this movie all this bull. I don't know. I'm just a little worried it's going to send Marvel the wrong message, especially with it not doing well at the box office. I mean, the
Yeah.
critics love it, and actually, I think the audience score is pretty high.
Yeah, it
But
is, yeah.
okay, good. But yeah, I see like from popular YouTubers too, and they're like calling this. It's okay. So some of the criticisms that I am hearing, it's not criticisms. It's just stupidity, in my opinion. I respect opinions, but when you're talking about the stuff and themes that are explored in the movie and say like, oh, it shows men being weak. It's Yelena being uh,
You
an
could put in on Google Thunderbolt criticisms and see what comes up.
yeah. I'm sure there's like real critiques, but there's again, show you some of the videos
I mean,
later.
Taskmaster was probably one of the criticisms that people had.
Yeah, I think stuff like that, but like I'm seeing like things like some people saying really popular group of people on YouTube saying that like they're showing men being weak, which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah, a little bit.
Uh,
Considering I think all the men on there. Hold on. So we've got US Agent, which is Winter Soldier serum. Winter Soldier has the Winter Soldier serum, obviously. Red Guardian also has Winter Soldier serum. Yeah,
yeah,
all the men there are strong.
I that's what I don't understand. But they're saying because they're depressed. They're calling it like, oh, their depression. They're basically
I
making
don't
fun of.
remember Bucky being depressed.
I know, and even if they are depressed, like just on what like U.S. agent's a bad dad, like it's just like it's real serious stuff and real serious themes, and
Yeah.
people are just going stupid with it and shit, saying, "Oh, Sentry is just a depressed person. And why can we not have strong men anymore?" And it's like all this cringe. It's like that's how
So you're telling me characters can't have feelings, otherwise they get criticised for
I
having
guess if you're a
feelings.
guy, you can't. I don't know. It's
What they think about Yelena having depression then?
no, they think Yelena being bored. I saw one thing. It was like Yelena being bored at work is just a message for some sort of feminism or something. And
What? That's a
exactly that
character.
it's stupid. This is what I was saying, and this is coming from YouTubers with millions of subscribers. I'm gonna
Jesus Christ.
and then a lot of people in the comments are agreeing with it and being like, "Oh, Yelena, this should have been a movie about Bucky. Why are they focusing on Yelena? They're taking away from the male
You don't need a
characters."
movie about Bucky. We've got enough movies about Bucky if you put all the clips of him together.
Thank you, thank you. And I was
We've
like,
explored Bucky's story a lot. That's why he's not in this film that much.
I feel like they do pretty good with him. They have like a place for him, but that's besides the point. Just because what
Like
Bucky?
this film is about Yelena.
Yeah,
Like
and
that is what the film's about.
like
Sentry and Yelena. That's it.
yeah, you don't hear like other Avengers movies when they focus mainly on Iron Man. Is that some sort of bad thing? Like I don't understand what people have come to when talking about certain things and like talking about oh they show the men being weak,
They'll probably
depression.
say that about Avengers Doomsday as well. Oh, Doctor Doom was too weak.
Oh god, these people are
Robbie
they
Downey
have
Jr. should have had bigger muscles. I don't know, like it'll just have like so many different bad criticisms, you know.
yeah. It's not even
Robbie Downey
criticism.
Jr.'s hair should have been longer. I don't know, like
It's not even just criticisms. It's just ridiculous. It's just it's what's it called? Disingenuous.
yeah.
It's disingenuous, and it's also the way that they're talking about some serious issues. It really rubs me the wrong way, and I'm really thinking about making a video
I think
essay.
maybe
Like,
they need the mental health, not the characters.
I guess it's just a sort of really loud group of people on YouTube who point out the most ridiculous things. And I never really knew much about them until I started doing YouTube, and I see in my comment section, like when I praise Doctor Who, I get called all these buzzwords and shill
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
this
I've
other.
seen it. It's horrible.
Yeah, and it's like and they do the same thing for the MCU, and I mean, with a film like this, like, we can't have male characters go through depression, we can't have a female character not know her place in the world and have that be a bad thing. Like, what are these people saying?
Yeah,
I don't un it drove me a little crazy, and this is why I'm not on the internet outside of my YouTube channel, but it's like, it was just I don't know. I don't know what you think about it. I thought that was just really disingenuous and kind of insulting to people that struggle with mental health
yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
I totally agree.
It's just I just don't get how people leave the film. I wasn't even thinking about calling all these characters buzzwords and Walker was some sort of joke or
Yeah,
something.
I think people are just in that political headspace where like that's all they think about all the time.
Yeah, I guess
Especially on
so.
Twitter. I think Twitter's the worst one for it.
I'm not on
Oh,
Twitter,
sorry,
thank goodness.
X. People call it X now. Sorry,
Yeah,
it's
I
still Twitter. I don't care what they change it to.
yeah, I am not on any of that stuff, and it's just I'm not really ever on the internet. It's just like, wow, this is what you take away from the film,
Yeah,
like out of all the things. But that's all I just wanted to touch
I
about.
thought it was such a powerful film.
It is. It's powerful for a
Maybe when I
superhero
go back
movie.
and watch it the second time, I might see what they're seeing. But
I don't think I think they're just making things up because they just want to see men only be flawless and not have any kind of issues. I think that's all
yeah,
they want from that. And I guess they don't want a female character to I mean, I won't say they don't want a female character to be the lead of a movie, but I guess over Bucky because he's been longer in the MCU. I don't know. The whole thing doesn't make
I
any
wouldn't
sense.
say Bucky's a leader though. He's not really a leader
Exactly.
person.
Yeah, exactly. And Yelena
He's
wasn't.
always been led by someone else, like Captain America, what mate, Iron Man.
Yeah,
Um, he's always been fighting alongside someone else. He's never actually, I don't think, ever led a team before.
or he's been the
And
bad
he's,
guy.
oh yeah, yeah, that too.
Yeah,
I guess yeah, he has led a squadron of Black Ops. I guess if
yeah,
you're going to count that as a Winter Soldier
yeah,
in the Winter Soldier film, but I think that's it.
yeah. Exactly. I wasn't expecting. I don't know. I just I don't think that's really a valid criticism. You want him to be the leader over Yelena for
No, I
what? Because
enjoyed
he's a
Yelena being um the leader.
yeah.
Well,
I
I
think
don't think any of them was the leader because no one knew what the fuck they were doing.
yeah,
They
exactly.
were just going with the flow and trying to get Val.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, Val, yeah, I
Like,
can't stand
I think even in the film they even stated that no one knows what they're doing. Everyone's just gonna do what the fuck they want and try and get to Val and try and work together the best they can.
exactly. And also, I
And they were
think
like, "Oh well, John Walker's gonna try and lead us. No, no, well, Yelena's gonna try and lead us now. No, no, well, Red Guardian's gonna try and drive the truck and lead us." Like, no one was the leader in that film, really.
no, yeah, exactly. And I think they just focused a lot on Sentry and Yelena, and I
And
don't think that's a bad.
Val was in it quite a lot. We haven't talked about Val yet.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't stand her character. She was my least favorite part of the
Great
movie.
actress though, if you can do that.
What's that?
If you can make the character feel uncomfortable, sorry, if you can make the audience feel uncomfortable when the scene is uncomfortable, then you're a good actress or actor.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
she did her good. She did her job. That's what I was trying to say.
Nice. Yeah, I would say I disagree. I um I felt like I think the way the character is to me is a little annoying in my opinion, but that's just my
Right.
opinion. I know a
I
lot
think
of
that's her
people.
character. That's the point.
Yeah, I
If she
just
comes across as annoying and you find her annoying, then the actress has done the job right.
yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like they try to show her as being like an anti Nick Fury, and in my
Yeah.
opinion, I
Yeah. I
feel
think
like
that, yeah.
yeah, I feel like they didn't really execute trying to do that too well. I don't know. I thought
I
she was
think she
okay.
was all bark and no bite. I think that was her character.
So yeah, and she also like had. I feel like she could have been much more sinister. Like I feel like she could have been more like the character of Cecil from Invincible. Do you know that show, Invincible?
No, I haven't watched Invincible.
Oh, yo, you should check out Invincible. Best superhero thing, anything right now. But there's a character called Cecil in Invincible, and I feel like that character could have been more like that. Someone that is more bad, not bad, but just like more gray, like in the middle, and they do
Well,
bad
she's
things.
still there, to be honest. Like, she's still in the picture. She's not dead
Yeah,
or in prison. So she could actually still become the next big bad.
maybe of some
She's
kind.
got time. Once they kill Galactus or get rid of Galactus, whatever they're gonna do with him in Fantastic Four, once they get rid of Doctor Doom, she might become the next big bad.
I think I don't know. Maybe she'll become one of the bad guys at some point. But I I think there's
Because don't
definitely some.
forget, she still has that dead switch on Sentry.
Well, yeah, that didn't work.
That Yeah, that didn't break though. She didn't get a
Yeah,
chance to make it work because Sentry got to her. So she
yeah,
could still take down Sentry.
maybe that would be
Because remember,
yeah,
she only dropped it on the floor because Sentry got her by the throat.
yeah, yeah. That's
So
a lot of
so
different
that
possibilities.
device still works, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah,
different
but yeah,
poss.
because everyone just got turned to black, like void stuff. So yeah, so that device I think is still there.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't work, but maybe they can perfect it in a way to have it kill Sentry this time. Maybe she really wants to get revenge on him or something.
Yeah,
But yeah.
because
Overall,
I think Val's been planning this Thunderbolts team for like I don't know, a good couple of years. So she's not exactly like a rushing person. Like she's very patient. She could make a device that could kill Sentry this time around.
yeah, yeah, very
She
well
has all the
possible.
plans for him. She has all the blueprints. I think
Yeah,
somewhere. It'll probably be in a hard drive somewhere, but I can guarantee you she has all the blueprints. Especially if she made that device that quick, she must still have the blueprints for Sentry.
yeah, it's very much possible.
So she could easily kill Sentry. If not in Avengers Doomsday, I guarantee there'll probably be a scene some point way ahead of Avengers Doomsday where she'll be the big bad. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep her around.
Um, I don't know. That's very much possible. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with her exactly. She might just end up dying in Doomsday or something, or Secret Wars. That's also very much possible
But either
too.
way, the files are still around for that
Yeah,
Sentry project.
yeah,
So Doctor Doom might get a hold of it and turn Sentry against all the was it Avengers and all that.
yeah. That would be pretty crazy if Sentry ends up going up against the Avengers. There's a lot of possibilities what they could do with Sentry, but with Val, um, yeah, maybe they can. I mean, for me personally, I felt like she was kind of poorly written, but it doesn't ruin the film or anything like that. I still think it's a 9 out of 10 movie. I
Which
think
wasn't even
obviously
that much to be honest. She was only here for like 5 minutes max.
possibly they kind of
If
tried
you
to.
cut out all the Thunderbolt bits, I think she's only in it for about 5 minutes. If you put all her scenes together.
I would say like yeah, maybe like 7 to 8 minutes of screen time. They tried focusing on her character at one point too, like in a flashback. We try to get some more development with her. Do you remember
Yeah,
that scene? The
yeah.
Sentry like touches
The
her and
one
it's like
where her dad died, wasn't it, with a gun?
yeah, yeah. When they showed her when she was a
But that
kid.
was like only what, like a minute, 2 minutes?
Yeah, yeah. It was just like a quick little scene, but Yeah, I felt like yeah, also another was her, and then also I felt like the assistant. Did you like the assistant that she had? Val's assistant?
Yeah, yeah, I think she was great. Um, Especially with like her turning against Val as well was quite nice. But then helping Val with like shooting Sentry, I don't know. I felt like she also has potential as well. Her and Val's relationship,
Yeah, it's possible. I feel like they were
because
kinda
they still got that discourse, ain't they? Like she betrayed her, and now she sort of betrayed the assistant. So like I don't know, like, and they're sort of working together. They sort of got, to, I guess, fix that relationship.
um,
Or they might have done it off screen. I don't know, but
yeah, I have no idea. I feel like that whole character was for me personally, I feel like they didn't it was just kinda strange, like, she calls Bucky for help, and they kinda, like, had this weird thing going on between her and Bucky, and it just kinda didn't go anywhere. It was just really strange, and then she kinda disappears at the end of like, the very end of the film.
yeah.
That was, like, another I feel like there's a chunk of this movie that's, like, missing, in my opinion,
Yeah, yeah.
but
It
it's still
probably will
really
be in the
great.
deleted scenes, to be honest, when we get like the DVD and
I
that.
know, there's probably gonna be a lot, but, yeah, this movie's still really great, I loved it, um, and I don't understand the disingenuous takes about the movie. I think I might make a video about it, honestly, because it's
You
really
did, didn't
it's
you already
really
make a video?
what's that?
Didn't you already make a video?
Oh, no, I was gonna make a video about the disingenuous takes about
Oh, I was about to say, like, you already made a video about Thunderbolts,
yeah,
didn't you?
yeah, I might make a video about, like, how, just explore some of the themes more and just call no, I'm not gonna call out specific names because I don't wanna do that on my channel, but I
Yeah,
definitely wanna, like, you know, it's like it's a little just disingenuous and kinda messed up a little bit to make fun of people with mental health stuff
yeah, a little bit.
struggles, in my
Just a
opinion.
little bit.
Yeah, very, very much, but yeah. So yeah, I'm glad we have a really great movie, and we could talk a little bit more about the future of the MC if you wanna do that, Fantastic Four,
Yeah, I think we
Doomsday.
touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, we can dive into that a bit more. If you want, do you wanna start talking about, Fantastic Four and, what could possibly be happening at the end of the movie that leads to the Thunderbolts post-credit scene?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Obviously they're gonna travel into interdimensional. I think that's the word. They're gonna jump from their world because their world is a separate world, ain't it? A separate
Yes.
universe. So
Yes.
they're gonna jump from their world to the MCU world at the end of that film, or some point after the film. It's gonna happen. That's part of their timeline now.
Yeah.
So, so at some point they're gonna create a device that will jump them from their world to the MCU world, either through a portal like the Spider Verse, um, or it'd be like they get dragged from no, because they're in a spaceship, so which is actually designed by them. So they would have had to build the spaceship, prepare the spaceship, scratch that. So they would have had to build a device for the spaceship to go through, so like a portal, and then that would have to travel from their world to the other world. Yeah, because it's not like they got zapped there. So they already built a ship and they're already inside the ship. I don't know, but they have a
Yeah.
ship that went from a portal to their world that they're gonna build at some point.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I think they're already exploring some sort of,
Yeah, because Galactus
multiverse.
came from a wormhole. What he
Yeah, I
has
think
to.
Yeah, I think what's happening is, well, Galactus came from another multiverse or something. Because if you look in the trailers, he's like, I brought Galactus here, and it sounds like if you look at all the plans that Reed is dialing
Yeah,
up, it's some sort of he's trying to open up more worlds or something. He's trying to explore
yeah.
something,
It looks
and
like a futuristic. Was it 1990?
60s. It's
60s.
yeah, they want to do like a futuristic
So
1960s.
it means, so how far in the future are they in this 1960s? Are they in like 2050, 2070?
Um,
So like technology wise, like in the 1960s, are they like living in 2070 sort of thing?
basically, it's supposed to be really futuristic, like with flying cars. It's supposed to be kind of like Star Wars in a way, with
Right.
their
I'm just
with
thinking how far ahead of generations are they? They like in like 21,000 or something, like generation wise.
uh,
But they're living in the 1960s. So like they're like 100 years ahead of us, is what I'm saying.
uh I would say, yeah, maybe like 100 years ahead of us in terms of technology.
but they're
I
in the
would
1960s. It's sort of confusing when you put it like that, but
Yeah, it's 1960s, um, it's a 1960s world, I guess you could say, and oh, it takes place in the '60s, sorry, but the technology is futuristic, like, we got flying cars, we got flying buildings I mean, not flying buildings, sorry, uh,
flying
it's kinda like
building.
Star Wars.
I
It's
love
yeah,
that. I want to
yeah.
see a flying building now.
Yeah, maybe it's in the movie, maybe the Baxter Building is floating or something.
Imagine that'd be so
Yeah,
cool.
that would be, yeah, but, yeah, so it looks like yeah, it's like it's a multiverse where the 1960s technology they dress like they're in the '60s. The cars look like they're in the '60s, but the technology is very futuristic. That's like the world of the Fantastic Four universe, and they're the only heroes on the universe. But it looks like, based off the trailers, and I could be wrong. And this is anybody that's watching right now. Spoiler warning. I'm gonna dive into some predictions, but I think that Reed once was just trying to explore more of the multiverse or something. Somehow brought Galactus. I don't know which Galactus, but a Galactus, maybe Galactus from like the 2000 Fantastic Four movies. Um, and it brought him to that universe, and that's why he's like, we don't know. We brought this threat here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I don't know if you think this is going to happen, but a lot of people are predicting this that the end of the Fantastic Four movie, they're gonna lose. They're gonna the
I doubt it unless they're leaving. They because what people have realised now is at some point in their universe, they're gonna have to leave their universe to
yeah
get to the MCU universe.
yeah
Either they did it out of their own choice, there was a call-in from another universe, or Galactus ate their universe and now they're traveling to this one for like refuge.
I think that's exactly what they're doing, and I think this is somehow gonna sub Doctor Doom too. I think
Galactus
where
just got hungry.
yeah, he got hungry and he wins. I think yeah, he ends up eating the Fantastic Four's Earth, and with whatever
So is
multiverse.
that so? I'm confused. Who's gonna be on that ship? Just them, or are they
Yeah,
gonna
it's
have like a four? Oh no, no, they're gonna do Infinity War all over again.
yeah,
No,
Infinity War, but multiverse.
I just thought about that now. No, because they're gonna have Four's world when instead it's gonna be Fantastic Four's world. Hold on, what the fuck?
What?
Four's world got destroyed.
Yes,
Fantastic Four's world got destroyed.
Earth. Yeah, their version of Earth. It got
Yeah, but yeah,
eaten
but
by
yeah, but we've
Galactus.
got Four and Fantastic Four, and both that world got destroyed. Both of them has ended up on a ship that goes into space with probably civilians on, with a
Wait,
call in that comes to Earth about a threat that's coming to Earth.
yeah,
Hold on. And it's both directed by the Russos.
yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, that Fantastic Four space crash scene is probably gonna be them. Doom is coming. Doom is
Oh
coming, and then
no,
you get
it's
the
gonna be
Avengers.
Infinity
Dun,
War all over
dun, dun.
again.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a. It's probably gonna be like a.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that till
And
now.
Doctor Doom's gonna get a lot of focus. Like Daniel's got a lot of focus in his movies.
No,
It looks like that's kind of where they're going with a lot of this,
I didn't
unfortunately.
even think about that.
But yeah,
No.
I think it's gonna be there. It might we might see a scene. I don't know. Either Galactus is going to destroy Earth or Doom is going to destroy Earth.
What if Doom teams up with Galactus?
That could be really strong
He,
possibility
he
too.
rides on Galactus like Shrek rides on Gingerbread Man.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
It's like, come on, Galactus, let's eat all the worlds.
Oh my god, that would be nuts. um, but yeah,
What's
I
gonna
think
happen to Super Surfer then? Is he gonna get eaten? Or she, sorry. She gonna
yeah,
get eaten?
she's gonna. I think she's gonna die in this movie because she's not. The MCU said like it's a it's a Silver Surfer's girlfriend. That's or wife or
Right,
whatever. That's this version of Silver Surfer. It's not the main Silver Surfer. And I think we're gonna get the main version of Silver Surfer either in Doomsday or Secret
right.
Wars, in my opinion. Um, but Yeah, so I think the ending of Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four's Earth is gonna get destroyed. They're gonna use whatever multiverse machine that they use to bring Galactus to their world. They're gonna use it to escape, somehow end up in our main MC universe. Somehow this
That's
leads
going to be
to
a lot of villains for Avengers Doomsday then. Doctor Doom, Galactus.
I don't know.
Technically Sentry's a villain, if you think about it, anti-hero.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I don't know if Galactus is gonna be in Doomsday. I don't know if
he
he's gonna
could
have any.
be.
He could be, yeah. I don't know if he's gonna have anything to do with the plot, but
What about the
um,
TVA?
where are the TVA?
Yeah, are they going to be in Avengers Doomsday? TVA.
Yeah, I think the TVAs they're gonna be like Wakanda was for Infinity War. I feel like they have millions of soldiers that can just go out into battle. Like you remember Infinity War, Wakanda
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
it's gonna be like that. Maybe Doomsday is gonna invade the TVA like how Thanos
So
invaded
it's just going
Wakanda.
to be Doctor Doom on his own, no like army, but it's just going to be like Doombots.
I Yeah, I think it's gonna be Doombots. Yeah,
It could just be Doctor Doom on his own, just soloing everyone like Sentry.
that would be really cool. I think if it's just everybody trying to attack one guy,
Or
that would be pretty
what if
cool.
it's Doctor Doom, but he has loads of Iron Mans behind him?
Oh, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of different we're messing with the multiverse. Anything is game. We could be in for anything.
What about Vision Quest? Where's that going? With the White Vision?
Yeah, I don't know. I just know Ultron's returning, which I'm pretty excited about. I really like Ultron,
Yeah.
this version of it, and I
I
don't know.
heard Wanda's not coming back, so she's not going to be a villain.
No, she's
Hawkeye ain't doing series 2, like Jeremy Renner.
no, yeah, he's done playing Hawkeye. He seems really pissed off about what Disney Marvel did with him and paying him less money for season 2. Like he seems a
Yeah.
little bitter about that. I don't know if they can repair that relationship, which will be pretty sad, but
I think it varies. I haven't read the script for series 2, obviously. So I don't know if he was only in it for like 10 minutes and he wanted the whole pay. I don't know.
yeah, that's also true too. But either way, he's definitely feeling pretty bitter about it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with Hawkeye season 2 not happening because I did not like season 1. It was really
I
wasted.
know Kate Bishop might be in Avengers Doomsday. Well, she already is. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot more characters that's going to be in Doomsday that's rumored.
If they're not going to be in Doomsday, they're definitely going to be in Secret Wars.
Most likely, yeah. Most likely, the Young Avengers will be in Secret Wars. I think there's gonna be like
Do you
50.
reckon for Secret Wars they're going to have like the Kree? Like what they had in Secret Invasion, I think.
The scrolls.
Yeah, the Scrolls, that's it.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Is that Super Scroll Girl gonna be in Amelia
No,
Clark's
no,
character?
no.
Oh no. I don't want to ever see. I don't want anything to do with Secret Invasion ever again. That show is the worst MCU show. It's even worse than She-Hulk. That. Oh god. I never want anything to do
What
with
if
that.
She-Hulk is going to be in Avengers Doomsday?
You know.
Just starts twerking onto on
Oh
like
no.
Doctor Doom.
Oh no. Oh no. I personally would be okay if She-Hulk made a return,
Yeah.
but I think there's still redemption for
I can
that.
see them doing another girl power scene with She-Hulk and Captain Marvel and Yelena.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't mind that the first time that happened. Well, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was fine, but I think She-Hulk returning I think there's still potential to do some interesting things with the character, but that show is just so bad, you know.
Hmm. Who
Did
else is around? I think
Spider-Man
Abomination. I think they're around.
who?
Oh, yeah, we've got Abomination. Oh, yeah, the people on the raft. What's gonna happen to them?
The people on the raft?
Yeah, you got like the leader. You know the one in Captain America, Brave
Oh.
New World.
Oh no, not that movie.
You've got Red Hulk.
Yeah, maybe I think Red Hulk's can maybe return in Secret Wars or uh um Doomsday. I think I
Yeah,
could see Red Hulk returning. They got Harrison Ford. They want to use that character while they still can. That
yeah, of
actor too.
course.
Um yeah, no, I don't I think all the people that were confirmed in Doomsday, I think there's gonna be more. I don't
Was
know
there any
how
villains confirmed in Avengers Doomsday? And I think it was just Robbie Downey Jr., right?
and Magneto, but I
And
don't know if he's gonna
Magneto.
be
But I think he's going to be working with the X-Men. So I don't think he's going to be a villain.
maybe he'll have like a villainous It's either we're gonna get a type of Magneto that was in Days of Future Past, like
Yeah, I think
with
so. I think it is gonna be a Days of Future Past.
yeah, like that good version, because he was
Yeah.
good at the end of the movie, or we could get that type of Magneto who's bad, like the younger version of him,
I
who
don't know.
helped starts off helping them. And
I don't think we're gonna get a bad Magneto
yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. You never know with Magneto because they
because
could.
they're gonna have to juggle two villains then, unless they do something like what they did with Infinity War, where they had like all these little goons like Proxima Midnight
I
and
think I think what could end up happening is he could start out as helping the Avengers and helping everybody, but then like when he gets the chance, he
like
could try
Lex
to
Luthor
gain.
sort of thing. Yeah,
He could try. He could turn on them and then trying to gain his own type of power. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
yeah.
could see something like that happening because Magneto's been used in so many different types of ways. What I'm actually pretty bummed about, and not a lot of people are talking about, me personally, I'm a bigger fan of the younger, like the first class X
Was it
Men.
Michael Fassbender? Ain't it?
Yeah, Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see those
Maybe they
versions
were
of.
too expensive.
I think they just wanted to go with the more popular versions of the characters, the older version, Patrick Stewart,
I
Ian
think
McKellen.
they wanted to go for the 2000s ones because
Yeah,
if you look at
exactly.
all of them are from the 2000s.
Yeah, exactly. They're all 2000s X-Men, and
Yeah,
it's cool. I just hope maybe we can get Fassbender and McAvoy to return one day.
yeah, maybe they might be too old though to return by the time they do return.
Maybe. Oh, it'd be really cool if they're the new versions of the X-Men. Like if there are new casts.
Apparently, they're going to do was it either Black Magneto or Black Professor X?
Um, I don't know. I'm fine with either. I'm okay with that though. I'm
Yeah,
okay
it's
with.
just they've never done it before, so that could be an interesting. It's like what they did with Black Ariel, wasn't it?
I don't. I don't know.
Oh,
uh, but yeah, I'm fine with either. I'm fine with whoever playing Professor X or Magneto. I think.
no, so it's just that they've been white in the comics, ain't they? So
Um.
I
Yeah.
think it's like making Superman black, isn't it? I don't know how it would go down with audiences
I think it'll be okay as long as the story's
because
good.
they've made Snape black in Harry Potter, the new one, and audiences hate it.
I don't know. I'm fine with. I just want the best actor for the
Yeah,
job. That's how I see it. But um, yeah. You know, what was I gonna
I'm
say?
just saying sometimes when they race swap it, audiences really don't like it. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I get you. Yeah. I don't know. That's my not my parte. I guess you
I'm
could
just saying from what I've seen from the Harry Potter discourse at this point in time, it's not been great.
say. Yeah.
Where all the characters have you seen Harry Potter?
Oh yeah, I love Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I think it's
So
dumb that they're
so
doing
the
this
only
reboot.
character that really gets bullied throughout the film is Snape and gets like do you see where this is going now? Because he's black.
Oh,
And
you
like he
saying
gets
J.K. Rowling casted him to be the
no,
bully?
no, I'm pretty sure Warner Bros did, like Discovery.
Oh. Oh.
And he's the only character that's black. I'm pretty sure Harry, Ron, Hermione are all white. All the other characters are white. He's the only character.
You wanted there to I don't know. I don't know.
It's weird. Like, and the thing is, he's the only character that people are like suspicious of, and like that
Oh,
gets bullied when he's younger.
yeah.
It's gonna look so weird now. It's gonna look like so racially motivated
In a
from the other
bad way?
characters.
In a bad way, you mean?
Yeah, a little bit.
I could see that. Yeah. I don't know. I just know for that Harry Potter TV show, I am not a fan of them rebooting. I just not I don't understand. I feel like they're just that's a whole other conversation. Once maybe we could do a stream about Harry Potter reboot and how dumb this is gonna be. Are you excited for the reboot or no? Oh, Cameron, you there? Uh-oh.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh no, you're good. And I was just saying, the uh the reboot of Harry Potter. Are you excited for that or no?
Oh no, not really.
Yeah, no, I think it's dumb that the
Even
reboot.
the Fantastic Beasts went downhill a lot.
Um, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, they're not making any more movies. But
I feel bad for the actors once again, because obviously they get into the character. They like, yes, like, I want to finish this story, and then it gets cut short, and you're like, oh,
yeah, exactly. It's a shame.
like I can tell the actors really enjoy making these films, but it's just not vibing well with the audiences.
No, yeah, Fantastic Beasts movies were plagued with controversy and they didn't make money. But I personally was a fan of them. But yeah, now we get a reboot of the original movies we just got. So that'll be great. But oh, I think we lost Cameron again. Alrighty. Hey,
I know
oh,
I'm still here. I'm just having people coming in having conversations.
oh, sorry. I thought your mic cut out or
Oh
something.
no, 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 sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
So it's sort of like, I guess, private conversations. I don't really want to air it
Oh
out on
no, no, yeah,
YouTube.
yeah, you're all good. No, I didn't know. I thought your microphone cut out.
Oh no, no, I'm all good.
Oh, okay. I thought we were having tech because usually every time I do a stream, I have some sort of technical difficulties either on my end
And
or
my
with.
Wi-Fi is good this time round.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, or
Yeah.
just with other streamers too. I've been having it's just
Oh,
with StreamYard. It's always weird. Sometimes it just kicks people out randomly too.
well, it's quite mad how we can stream around the world.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we've had like up to 5 people watching at one point. It was pretty cool. But I think by the end of the stream, it might be like usually I get like 50 to 100 people watching at some point. So
Oh,
it'll be pretty cool.
it's a lot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's pretty nice. But yeah, is there any final thoughts you wanted to say about the future of the MCU before we wrap up? Anything
Is there
but
anything you think is going to happen in Fantastic Four?
like I
I
said,
know it's set six. I know they're going to touch a little bit on the origin story, and then they're going to
yeah,
move straight onto that, and it's going to be 6 years after the Fantastic Four have been formed.
yeah, yeah, it's
I just don't know how much Galactus is going to be in the film.
I'm not sure. Hmm,
I know
that's
there's a Lego
good.
set of him where like he's massive, so he's going to be like really big in the film.
Yeah.
And I know that he's going to show his whole body this time around, not just a little bit of dark clouds like they did in Rise of Super Server.
Yeah. Um
Um,
think
but I don't know how much he's going to be in the film. Probably about 5-10 minutes max when they fight him. But they're probably
uh,
going to build him up throughout the whole film, and that's going to be it. Five,
yeah,
ten, 5-10 minutes fight, and then he's gone.
I I think I don't know how much he's gonna be in the movie. I think maybe he's gonna be something that's gonna be slowly coming over time, and then he
Yeah,
finally
that's what
will.
I was saying. They're going to build up to him.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and that explains the shadows going over the city, the Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna walk through New York. Hey, I'm walking here. He's gonna have that moment.
I don't know. They're not going to show any blood splatters or anything when he treads on people.
No.
It's going to be like chewing gum for him. But I don't know. Like they're not going to survive though. Like the people who like get trod on, so they can't reverse that like they did in Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I think what's gonna happen in Fantastic Four, like I said, I think Galactus is gonna win. I
It's
don't know
sort
if
of like a time bomb situation, isn't it? In Fantastic Four.
yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Galactus is gonna win. They're gonna show him. It's gonna be leading up to him eventually eating the Earth, ruining all parts of the Earth or something.
I just hope he doesn't burp at the end.
It doesn't what?
And that's what pushes the ship into the vortex.
You hope he doesn't do what?
He
What?
doesn't like he eats the Earth. The ship comes off the Earth into the vortex, and he burps, and that pushes the ship into the
Oh,
vortex.
oh, that would be horrible. That would be really bad. That would be like something out of a cartoon. Well, I mean, MC just has done cartoon like things before, so wouldn't be the first time, But yeah, I'm just hopefully we get something good,
I
you
think
know.
they're gonna build Galactus up as like a horror villain.
A hollow villain?
A horror villain.
Oh, horror villain. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it could be
Like, oh
something like.
my god, this massive giant's gonna step on us and eat us.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be something like that. They could do a lot of really cool things with Galactus. Hopefully, they do some cool things with
It'd
Silver
be like
Surfer.
the Kraken in Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah, yeah, it could be something like that. A lot of potential. A lot of
And
potential.
Super Surfer's gonna sacrifice herself,
I think so. I
and
think that's
then
gonna
they're
happen.
gonna fly off into the MCU.
Yes, I think she's gonna
But then,
somehow.
but then they can't go. Oh, Doom's coming, because are they gonna have time to introduce Doctor Doom?
I don't know how all that's gonna work. I think Doom's somehow gonna play a role in this, either at the end of the movie or in the post
Because
credits scene.
why specifically that MCU timeline? There's so many different universes. Why that one?
There's also another theory too that this version of Doctor Doom. I think Doctor Doom is somewhere going to be in this movie that leads to Doomsday. That this version of Doctor Doom doesn't look like Robert Downey Jr. So he's going to go to
What?
the Earth 616 and then
What's he gonna
magically.
do? Shave? How do you get away from being Robbie Downey Jr.? He has like a very
I think
distinctive face.
I think that's the thing. I think he's going to start this version of Doctor Doom that's in this Fantastic Four universe is going to somehow go to the main MCU universe, and he sees, oh, this is the most popular hero was Iron Man, and somehow change his face into Robert Downey Jr. Maybe that's how we get Robert Downey Jr. as
I
Doctor
don't
Doom.
think there are any other heroes in that timeline. I think it's just the Fantastic Four,
It
from what I've
is, yeah,
heard.
but I think
So
I
I don't
think
know, unless he abducts Tony Stark, because there might be a Tony Stark that actually didn't turn into Iron Man and was successful.
I
So
think
what if he abducts Tony Stark
that's
and
very
then
possible
takes
too.
over the mantle of Tony Stark and infiltrates the Fantastic Four?
That's really possible too. There's a lot of different things that they can do. I don't know what they're gonna do specifically, but we're playing with the multiverse, anything.
What do
And
you think is going to happen?
like I said, I think this version of Doctor Doom that's in the Fantastic Four universe is gonna look nothing. He's gonna look like not Robert Downey Jr. He's gonna somehow go in the Fantastic Four to the
Well, you're going to be
main.
like Doctor Who in The World Nothing Time, where he just rips off a mask like ta-da. You know, the master.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's gonna be something like a reveal, but I think he's not gonna look like Robert Downey Jr. He's gonna look like Robert Downey Jr. once he goes to the Earth 616 universe and see that
Wait, hold
somehow.
on. There was that face thing in Endgame where they had like a. What was it, Endgame? No, it was the Flash. Sorry, they had like that face mask thing where you could like change your face.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's gonna be exactly like that, but not having anything to do um what's it called? Like you don't have to actually have him be alive. He could just
Yeah,
somehow do magic to change his face. I think he's gonna do something like that.
yeah, maybe.
And
I
or
didn't
maybe
think about that.
that's what I
What
think
if
is gonna
he's the
happen.
one that brought Galactus in?
That's possible too. I think maybe there's so many different things. I think somehow this is all connected. Galactus, Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four movie, and Doomsday Secret Wars. This is how
And
all gonna.
Thunderbolts. You got to connect all of them
And
up.
yeah, I
Because
think they're all
after
gonna.
Fantastic Four, I don't think there is another Marvel film until
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Yeah, no, we're going straight to Doomsday. It's gonna.
Is
You're
there no
right.
shows like Ironheart? I think there's Ironheart
Oh,
coming up.
oh no, not Ironheart. Oh no. Hope maybe it can
I
be good.
think that's it. I don't think there's any other shows.
Vision Quest and Wonder Man. Those are the other.
Wonder Man.
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
It's about the actor who decides to become a superhero. It's
I've never heard of Wonder Man.
I'll send you a trailer. They have a sneak peek of it, I believe, online. I'll send you like a
What is
trailer.
he gonna do in Avengers Doomsday?
I don't even know if he's gonna be in it. I think it's gonna be like a Moon Knight situation where we might never see this character again.
So what's the point in making the shows if they're not gonna come back? It's a waste of money. That could have been put elsewhere.
I have no idea. I mean,
It's like, weren't they gonna make a Moon Knight series too, and then it got scrapped?
yeah, I don't think we're ever seeing
Oh
Moon
no!
Knight
Speaking
again.
of scrapped, Blade got scrapped. Oh my god!
Yeah, yeah, it looks like we're never getting Blade either. I mean, maybe we will one day, but
I feel bad for the actors and directors
yeah, Marvel. I don't know what's happening
because
with
that's
that. It's
gone
so
through
weird.
a rough production.
Yeah, it's Mahershala Ali. He's not impressed with any of the stuff that they've given him. He wants something. He wants to do something really good, and they're not doing. They're not giving that to him. They're just giving him generic stuff to work with. He's like, I don't want to do this. I want something
Yeah.
good. I want something
So I'm
meaningful.
confused. Did they want it to be like a sort of Twilight sort of film, or did they want it to be actual Blade from the 2000s?
I think they want to do something like Sinners, where it's a really good
Oh,
horror movie.
Sinners was great.
It was. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's
Sinners was
pretty
such a
good.
great film. You should watch it.
Yeah, I think I might be watching it tonight with my girlfriend.
Oh, such a great
Yeah.
film. Mate.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to see it. But it looks like it's gonna be they want to do a Sinner situation where it's like it's a really great movie, but it's a horror movie. I think that's what they want to do with
I
Blade.
can see that. They're making a horror movie for
Yeah.
Blade.
Yeah.
But then how is he gonna fit into Wait, so I'm confused.
Yeah.
Um how many variants are we gonna have of each character now? Because I'm pretty sure Channing Tatum's playing a different Gambit from the Deadpool and Wolverine one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Oh, that's sad. I like that
So
version.
there's two Gambits in the universe now that we've got to follow. There's now two Human Torches. Oh no, because the other one died in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, that
But what
Human Torch.
happened to the
Oh,
other Fantastic Four? Are they alive? I don't know. But
maybe they'll be in Secret Wars.
yeah, maybe.
That's cool.
You've now got two X-Men variants because you've got the new X-Men that are going to come in after the MCU and the old ones. So is
Yes.
that you? Oh no, I know what they're going to do. They're going to do a Crisis on Infinite Earth situation
Yes.
where they're going to get all the universes from all the different shows. They're going to
Yep.
combine them all. Then they're going to destroy all those universes, and they're going to make just one universe.
I think that's pretty much what they're gonna be doing. Yeah. And I think
Because
there's
do
still
you remember in the Flash, they made just one world where everyone is on now, and that's it.
yeah, I think that's exactly what they're gonna do with somehow be a soft reboot for the MCU.
Yeah, yeah, it has to be because I feel like the multiverse timeline is going to be like too much. I think there's going to be a fatigue after Secret Wars, so they're going to do that.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely do something like that for sure. They definitely
And it makes sense because they're going to have all the X-Men on the world, and they're going to focus on a sort of X-Men sort of, I guess,
yes.
timeline. So,
Yeah, because the
and
next
it makes
saga is the Mutant
sense from
Saga.
all the Spider-Mans as well coming out, and Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out, Daredevil Series 2 coming out.
Yeah, and Spider-Man
It
maybe will
makes
make an
sense.
appearance.
It makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's easier for them as well. Instead of having all these different films coming out, they can just say, oh, well, this is just one timeline now.
Yes. Yeah, they definitely want to try to condense some things. It's gonna be really good, hopefully.
I just hoping they ain't going to cram too much in because they've got a lot to juggle.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just hope that these movies are good. I'm a little worried that I mean, I love the Russos, but
Yeah.
man, Electric State really left it was okay, but like,
Was the
ugh,
Electric State really that bad?
it wasn't bad, but it's like I think the hate's a little overblown, but it's not that good either. And this movie had like a $320 million budget. Where
Oof,
the hell did that budget go? The
Chris
movie is
Pratt.
what that
It went on Chris Pratt.
I guess so. And Millie Bobby Brown and the Russos, maybe.
They are expensive though, them two.
Yeah, yeah, they're probably cost cost them a lot of money, but I don't think even Avengers Infinity War costed that much as the budget, 320 million.
I'll have to research it. I don't know where that could have went. Maybe reshoots.
Possibly,
The
maybe.
robots I can guess probably cost a lot. Like if they're practical.
Yeah, that might have cost a lot, but yeah, point is was us,
Maybe they shot with some very, very expensive cameras.
yeah, if they were expensive cameras, then those cameras were crap. They wasted their money. That the directing, the visual of the directing in Electric State, the camera work and everything was just kind of mid. It looks like it looks very bland. It's just what the Russos. I'm just a little worried based off Electric State.
Maybe it was meant to be 32 million and someone fucked up and did 320 million.
That would make more sense. 'Cause I've seen $32 million budget movies look better than a 3
And then
than Electric
Russo, and
did.
then the Russo brothers were like, "Shh, don't tell anyone. We'll stick with our 320 million."
Yeah, and then they just kept the rest of it. Maybe
Yeah.
they just kept the majority of the money. I don't know.
Oh no, what if they using some of that 320 million on Doomsday? They kept it.
Wait, what do you mean?
So they pocketed all the 300, well, some of the 320 million they weren't supposed to have, and they're now using it to fund Avengers Doomsday a little bit more.
That would be a pretty big conspiracy theory if that was the case.
Like, do you
Um,
remember when Ryan Reynolds was using some of his money to fund the first Deadpool movie?
yeah, I
Yeah.
think
So what if they're doing something like that?
that would be pretty crazy, but I think Disney has enough money to fund the whole both,
I think what they
Doomsday.
do is they take out a loan. I think I've discussed this before. I think when they make films, they take out a loan from investors or something like that. And then if they don't make it, I think they like, okay, well, we want 320 million for this film. Um, and this is what we're going to make back, hopefully. And this is something that you'll get that back. And then other people will get back in compensation and all that. I think that's how they do it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Because
it
how else
definitely
would you take out a 320 million budget loan for a film?
yeah, that's more money than I don't think any person has a right to own. That's crazy. Well, I mean, a lot of people own, like, $100 millions and billionaires, but yeah, I have no idea. I
How
that's a rabbit
big is
hole.
the Bank of Disney? They must have like
They have
billions in that bank.
they have trillions. They have, like, unlimited
I'm
money.
confused. Do they have like multiple different banks, or do they have just like one singular bank with all the money in it? I don't know how it all works with all the budgeting. Do they like give different movie productions a bank and then they throw the money in the bank and then they spend that? I'm confused.
I have those are really great questions. That is way above my pay grade. I have no idea. I don't know if
Because
anybody
obviously I
really
know
told me
at work, like me and you, like we work. I know they have like a CMS in it where like they pay everyone hourly and they get a budget each week. I
Yeah.
know that. But with studios as big as a 320 million budget, how is it the same sort of format? Do they pay everyone hourly, or does everyone just get paid on the spot? Because
Like,
what if like you're like Robbie Down Jr. You get paid 80 million there and then, and you
yeah.
got told to make it last for the whole year?
I I had no yeah, I have no idea. I that is really great questions. Yeah, I have no
Because
idea.
imagine if you got your money, like imagine if you said, okay, well I'm gonna work at the cinema for a whole year. Here's your money for the whole year, make it last. Would you be able to do it?
Yeah, depending on the money, I feel like
Wow.
you can make it last for a whole year.
And in any shifts you don't do, you give the money back, obviously. But
Yeah.
well, that's quite mad.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Let's
money
say
to
let's say we made like I don't know 30K in like a year. You get that 30K right now.
yeah,
You gotta make it last the whole year.
yes.
Wow, mad.
I think I can make 30K last for a whole year, pretty sure.
Wow.
Depending on what I own and stuff and what I'm paying rent for or
Yeah.
mortgage. But yeah,
I
that's like a
feel like
lot of
some of the
fancy
actors do get it there and then. No, I don't know.
I don't know. It just depends on the contract, I guess.
Yeah, because
But
I don't see them getting paid hourly. I don't know how it works, but I think it's completely different to how we get paid.
definitely different. Yeah, they get paid just based off of a contract. Like Robert
Yeah,
Downey Jr. is getting paid, I think
80 million.
I think it's 80 or 90 million up front.
And then back end compensation as well, so he gets more.
Yes, yeah, he's probably has it in a contract to make some money from the Avengers movies too. So he's making bank on these.
Well,
But but yeah,
a
uh,
lot of money though, 80 million. Oh,
yeah, more money than I'm ever gonna see in my lifetime.
oh,
So, but
so much.
yeah, it really is. But
Imagine the tax though. That's a lot of tax.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
like what, a good 10 million in tax at least.
maybe. Yeah, who knows what these celebrities get these days? But
It's a lot of money though, 80 million.
Yeah.
And that's like what, 10% of the budget?
Yeah, they definitely said it was a big chunk of the budget. It's going to Robert Downey Jr.
It better be worth it.
Better be. Hopefully these
Imagine if
movies
he's
are
only in it for like 10 minutes and he got paid 80 million.
what's that?
They just hype him up for like the whole film like Galactus, and he's only in it
Oh,
for 10 minutes.
oh no. That no,
he,
no,
he gets
that
8 million a minute. Oh,
I would be pissed off to say the least. I'm already a little bit worried about this movie. Like if you just look at the Thunderbolts post credit scene, which was obviously directed maybe by the direct Russos or
yeah, it
somebody.
was. I think it was directed by the Russos.
Yeah, if it was directed by the Russos, I am worried because that looked off. And you could tell the step down in directing quality from Thunderbolts and that
Yeah.
post credit scene. I'm just worried we're
I
gonna
don't know.
see it.
Civil War was good, and so was Winter Soldier,
Yeah, I
Infinity
know.
War.
Yeah, it's just I think maybe the Russos might have lost their magic. It happens to directors. I think George Lucas lost his magic. Martin
It might have
Scorsese.
been rushed because don't forget it was a post-credit scene. Usually they're done last, I think.
Yeah, but also their movies post Endgame is just their directing hasn't been that good. Like The Gray Man
Right.
was it was
I
solid.
enjoyed The Grey Man. That was fun.
Yeah, it was solid. It was I
Yeah,
enjoyed The
it was,
Gray
it was a
Man.
fun film.
Yeah. It just I don't know. I expect greatness from the Russos and
Yeah.
they're not really they haven't delivered post
This has
Endgame.
been
So
solo projects, it hasn't been Marvel projects. So maybe
yeah,
their
maybe
passion's more in Marvel projects than it is in solo projects.
yeah, maybe they can do good with it being in the Marvel sphere, being in the Marvel system. Maybe the Russos can do good.
Yeah.
Let's fingers crossed. I just want
Or
the
maybe
best.
they put in a new directing style on the film. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, I personally wanted the director that did Thunderbolts to direct Doomsday and Secret Wars. I would have been more
Oh,
than
imagine.
yeah,
Oh,
that I hope he
that'd be
directs more
so
Marvel.
cool.
Yeah. I hope he directs more Marvel movies moving forward. But yeah, but I'm getting close to running out of time. So if, everybody we appreciate you guys for joining. Cameron, is there any other final thoughts that you would want to say about Thunderbolts, MCU?
Oh,
What
no,
do
I
you
think
think?
we covered everything. Apparently,
Yeah,
the Human Torch isn't going to be the Human Torch. He's not going to be this like cocky playboy person. He wants to get girls all the time. Apparently, they dialed that down in this new film.
yeah. Um,
What do you think about that, Quick?
I personally think I think that's my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna be fine. I think some people were saying it's gonna ruin the movie because of it, and I think that's kind of overboard in my opinion because it's like, I mean, I get if you want that version of Human Torch, but I think
We've
like
already got that version of Human Torch. It's in the Fantastic Four films, the
yeah,
originals.
what's wrong with getting a different I don't know. I feel like people were really overblowing that.
But this whole version is different. I mean, like the Thing has a unibrow, so
Yeah. Uh, I just want a good movie. That's all I care about. I just
yeah.
want a good movie, good
But
writing.
but people, if they don't like it now, they're gonna have to suck it up in Avengers Doomsday because they're in that film.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll point out if Human Torch is a poorly written character, but if he's not poorly written and he's just not a womanizer anymore, that's
Yeah,
fine by me. I don't need that. We had that with Iron Man too. It's completely okay. You know, people evolve, characters evolve, you know.
yeah.
So but yeah, that is all of our time that we have. Thank you everybody for joining the
Thank you.
stream. It looked like we had a lot of people come in at different points. Saw the stream go up as high as 5 views. No comments today, but that is completely okay. We'll hopefully have comments
Yeah,
next time. But thanks, Cameron, again for
yeah.
joining
Thank
the
you.
stream. I'll leave if you guys want to check out his content, links will be in the description and the comments section down below.
Thank you.
And thank you guys once again. We really appreciate all the love and support.
Thank
Okay.
you.
On till next time, guys. Peace.
Right, till next time.